the burst, the bionic zit splitter. Breakneck speed with all day, and some say they ain't productive. Could that depend upon the demon that you're stuck with? Cause right now, I see clearer than most. I sit here contented with this cheese on toast. I feel the pain of a third world famine. Said wait, we count them blessings.
Since I'm from Chicago, I am a Bulls fan. So the legendary version, I think, the cover was MJ, so I'm pretty excited about that too.
What's your My Player?
I actually made a center because my friend told me that it was like the easiest to kind of do.
So you go the easy route?
Yeah. I'm new to basketball, so, you know, I'm just...
The bustling financial district here in Canada's largest city. We're coming to you from Toronto. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side, Greg Anthony and Brent Berry. And from the sideline, David Aldridge. Let's check out Seattle's starting lineup. We've got Gilgeous-Alexander. He's out there with D'Angelo Russell. And it's Brady in at the 4. And for Toronto, inside for him, it's Barnes and Siakam. Kendrick Nunn out there with Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Dort in at the 3. And, Greg, the outcome tonight could come down to the big men up front.
And versatility will be a key. The front court that can be physical but also pass it and stretch the floor, I think, will be the ones that end up on top.
Now, here's Nunn. Back to Hardaway. 6 to shoot. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. It's Gilgeous-Alexander at the elbow. There's the killer two-handed slam.
Well, he's a gifted passer. This is one of his natural abilities, and the instinct's just showing off from Russell there.
Siakam left side. Over Wiseman. And that's an air ball. Not even close. He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, I was able to talk with Nick Nurse for a minute. He praised D'Angelo Russell's game, saying that he's someone that can take over without warning. Coach told me his floaters, his outside shooting, he can hurt you so many ways. Once he's locked in, there's no stopping him. He can be unorthodox, but he is a special player. Guys?
Thank you, David.
Gilgeous-Alexander, such growth in his first year, continues to show he's learning this game.
Gilgeous-Alexander hits them both.
At this point, you might as well go ahead and chalk up the points when he's at the free throw line. Pretty much automatic.
We've played just over a minute here in the first. Russell against Nunn. Lets it go with a 3. Connects from three-point range.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Murphy from outside the arc. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Gilgeous-Alexander just getting better and better at creating for his teammates.
Barnes looking around. That one doesn't go. Seattle goes the other way with it.
You know, I don't like to use the word shock, but that was a shocking result for me. Nobody saw that one coming. To lose to that team was surprising enough, but to get blown out like that.
Yeah, that's a bit of a head scratcher there. That was a case where every single thing that could have gone wrong for them, oh, it showed up.
And Toronto has possession after the basket by Seattle. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And what you get with Barnes, Greg, tremendous versatility.
And he gets others involved. Kevin plays great defense. Has an excellent feel for the game. He doesn't have to score to impact winning. But if you need points from him, the young fella can provide that as well.
Barnes hits them both. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. The pass to Murphy. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. And another 3 for Seattle.
Their offense is rolling. A perfect start. 4 of 4 so far.
Here's Barnes. It's tipped. Russell against Nunn. Russell passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. He kicks it to Murphy. Russell feeling it out a bit, and again, Seattle with the triple.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Away team foul. That's his first.
And now let's revisit that exceptional Mobile One block.
And right out of the gate, trying to set the tone defensively, you gotta love that energy.
Nunn passes to Hardaway. Outside, Dort. Here's Siakam. Over Wiseman.
In building this lead, they've done a terrific job finishing their defensive sequences with the backboard. That has been key.
Russell kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Nunn. From down in the low post, it goes. Nunn's got 5.
So many different offenses that Tim Hardaway Jr. has played in, but he's trying to improve in his on-court awareness. A good show of it there.
Now, here is Murphy. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game. To the inside, Brady. And that one is hammered home.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. We know who that was.
Here's Dort after the basket by Seattle. Hardaway, no good. Russell with it. And he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game. Gilgeous-Alexander finds Wiseman. Makes it off the glass.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Russell against Nunn. Passes to Barnes. Hardaway with a wide open look. Offline with his 3. Seattle with the ball. They're on a 19-7 run. Gilgeous-Alexander against Barnes. To the wing right side. There's the pass to Brady. Lays it up off the glass.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Now, here's Nunn. We saw him with 19 points his last outing. Barnes left side. Hardaway from outside. And it's Seattle with the rebound.
If he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
Pass to Brady. Here's Wiseman, defended by Nunn. Wiseman with the bucket. Wiseman's got 6.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
Now here's Barnes. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Brooklyn.
And he also positioned himself perfectly to grab all those rebounds, guys. Can't forget about the fundamentals.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, following the basket by Lou Dort. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Murphy. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Shot clock at 6. Takes it inside. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Well, if I was baking up a lead, I'd add 2 ingredients. One would be playing smart. The other one, playing selfless. They've done that tonight. Serve it up.
And here are the Raptors now after the basket by Seattle. Nunn kicks to Barnes. Over Murphy. Again, Toronto.
Oh, what a great option he gives them on every possession.
Seattle leading by 14. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Murphy. Outside, Russell. Inside. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. He has 6.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
So timeout called here, the first for Toronto. And at this point late in the season, Brent, any danger that contenders that might be coasting can't flip the switch for the playoffs?
I don't think so, Kevin. There's a lot of talk about you want to be hot going into the playoffs. And, I've looked at numbers like that where teams who have gone in, even teams who have won the championship, have been 500 in their last 14 or 15 or 16 games. And, I think it's just a matter of experience. And those teams that have it, they understand the tempo with which they can play before they head into postseason action.
All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for Seattle.
Guys, they are dialed in from beyond right now. They didn't waste any time getting into a groove in this game.
Another part of the game tonight where they've been effective is to get points in the paint.
Grant, that's good.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Driving in, and the shot goes in. Nunn's got 7 points.
And all the way to the bucket, no resistance. Just swipe the candy from him.
Pass to Shaw. Now here's Richardson, defended by Trent. Richardson dishes to Grant, passes it to Brady. That one goes in for him too, making it look easy. He's now 4 for 4.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And here's Nunn. 7 points in the game. Right side, Bryant. Seattle grabs the miss.
Yeah, can't see why he missed that one there. The D's close, but like plenty of room.
Richardson outside. And the pass to Shaw. Down low, man. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And Seattle leads by 19.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
To the paint. Good work defensively by Richardson. Seattle has gone 3 of 3 from deep. 9 points rung up from outside here in the first. Here's Mann. He had 10 points in the win against Brooklyn. It's Richardson on the wing. Pass to Brady. Goes back up. Basket good. 10 points for him.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Now, here's Nunn. His scoring has been there on a regular basis. He's averaging more than 14 points a game.
2 minutes left in the first. 2 minutes.
Here's Mann. It's Richardson on the wing. Brady, defended by Trent. Here's Brady, and the layup falls.
Just how awesome is it to watch the best of the best start to dominate in a game?
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
To stop the run, Nunn can't get it to fall. Seattle leading by 23. Pass to Mann. Back to Grant. Some nice ball movement here by Seattle. Here's Shaw. Banked in off the glass.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Toronto calls timeout.
And they're allowing too many points in the paint. Coach is going to let them hear about it.
Yeah, coach knows that. They know that. In the timeout, they're going to hear about it and make the adjustment.
Markkanen, he's checked in for Seattle.
Checking in for the away team, Lauri Markkanen.
1:11 left in the first. Anunoby kicks to Nunn. On the wing, Bryant from downtown gets the three-pointer to fall.
You remember when big men shooting threes were as rare as a Sasquatch, and now those big guys are everywhere.
Richardson gets a wide open look, and he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Anunoby in the corner. And it falls over the rim and in.
And what an assured player. Anunoby believes in his ability to shoot the ball off the catch.
Here's man, defended by none. Richardson outside, out left to the wing. 5 to shoot. Here's Shaw. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Now, here's Trent. Not a lot of room. Driving the lane, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And how about that? What a sensational finish.
You got to be able to get some hang time to do that one. And the buzzer sounds to end the first, and we've got a blowout underway here. Seattle leads by 20. We'll be back shortly, live from Toronto. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from Seattle. Guys?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, that worked wonders for them in the quarter. We'll see what kind of adjustments get made.
Seattle leading by 20. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the court for Seattle, Shaw is out there with Lauri Markkanen. Then there's Jeremy Grant. Then it's Josh Richardson. And it's man in at the 1. Here's Trent. Following the basket by Jeremy Grant. Now Anunoby. 8 points his last outing. It's deflected, and that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession.
Raptors ball.
And the Raptors with the ball. And Greg, you made your money on the defensive end. What was the toughest kind of player to defend? A one-on-one guy or a constant movement type of player?
I've always will say that it's harder to guard movement. You know, as a defender, you drill a lot about guarding the basketball. But when a guy is great without it, man, that is the hardest job you can have defensively.
Here's man. Richardson outside. It's good from long range.
Richardson.
Richardson's got his first 3 points of the game.
Now, Josh Richardson, a 3-and-D guy, and that 3 comes first, so he's going to let it rip.
Trent passes to Nunn. Back to Trent. Achua with it. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Brooklyn. Just 4 to shoot. Nunn. Looks good. Is good. Bucket number 4 from the field. He's taken only 6 shots.
Of all the action happening there, it's the assist that jumps out to me there. That's just a great look and a great setup for the bucket.
Here is Shaw. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against the Nets in Brooklyn.
Felt like he also was prepared for whatever the opposition was coming at him with. He was either contesting shots or swatting them away. Just a dominant defensive performance all the way around.
Now, here's Anunoby. Following the miss by Josh Richardson. And here is Anunoby. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. Here's Nunn. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Seattle leading by 22. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. Pascal Siakam was the most improved player in 2019. He says, I love that I cannot be able to do something, but if I put in a lot of hours doing it, I can become good at it. The former 27th pick overall said, not to sound arrogant, but I saw this coming. Guys, he bet on himself.
He did. He was smart. He certainly put in the work. D.A., thank you. Here's Trent after the made shot from Lauri Markkanen. Back to Bryant. They get a hand on it. Anunoby in the corner. Here's Trent. Second shot opportunity. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
The Raptors shoot their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
This kind of free throw shooting just leaves a coach shaking his head. I mean, they have been awful from the line this quarter.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Siakam is checked in for Achua. Barnes comes in for OG Anunoby. Dort, he's checked in for Gary Trent. And Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for Kendrick Nunn. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got 9. Hardaway against Russell. And Wiseman sends it back.
And putting in work on the defensive end. Wiseman's swat providing a spark to his team.
For the Raptors, they come in off the loss to the Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah, you saw the communication breakdowns defensively, just giving up way too many open looks.
Yeah, sometimes you can play good on-ball defense, but it's the help defense that makes you elite. And on that night, nobody rotating and not a lot of help.
Here's Barnes after D'Angelo Russell's bucket. And the Raptors miss again.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Barnes. Wiseman the pass to Russell. Bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Passes it to Murphy. Now here's Wiseman. He's coming off a 28-point game against Brooklyn.
And his rebounding was solid in that effort as well. He did a lot of work on the glass. All around, it just his effort level was off the charts.
Now here's Barnes. After the miss from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. 2 open that time. Made it look too easy. Dort's got his second bucket of the game to go.
That's the kind of passing you want there. Work the ball around, keep it moving, try to get an assist on every bucket.
The pass to Wiseman. And here's Russell. Right side, Markkanen. Over Barnes. Markkanen can't get it to go. Last game for Seattle, they picked up the W against Brooklyn. 13 feet away. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him.
Well, looking into the gaps of the defense there, he's not going to miss many of those when he gets to that range.
Dort against Gilgeous-Alexander. To the middle. Here's Markkanen. Good D by Barnes.
Well, the D's so tight on him, it makes him alter his shot. And an easy chance turns into a tough one because the defense is swarming.
Now here's Hardaway. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Toronto needs to get off his shot. Let's go. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Here's Murphy, and then Murphy with the dunk.
Leaping ability is off the charts. Not the biggest power forward, but outstanding at rising up off the ground.
Now Barnes. He has 6. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Here's Siakam. Hits the jump hook.
It's important that Siakam plays with confidence from there. I mean, when he does, the results are often like that one.
For all that he gives them on offense, Siakam's ability, Greg, to switch defensively is key for this team.
And he can legitimately stay in front of guards on the perimeter. I mean, this guy contests shots without fouling. You love the combination of focus and strong fundamentals.
Now, here is Russell. After Lou Dort's miss. Outside, Russell. Pass to Murphy. Lets it go from deep. That's no good, and now he's missed 2 and made 2. Barnes against Gilgeous-Alexander. Dort kicks to Siakam. Outside Hardaway. The 9-foot shot misses off the left iron.
Is it getting cold in here? This is a tough one. Crucial that he starts to work a little harder for a higher percentage shot.
Gilgeous-Alexander. Wiseman the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Wiseman. Tries again. Barnes grabs the miss. The Raptors shooting just 35%. They've got to get better looks. Here's Dort. Markkanen pulls it in. And so it's Russell with it. He'll bring it up for Seattle. They've got the Timberwolves ahead of them next in Minneapolis. They're in the midst of a 4-game road trip right now. That'll be game number 3. Pass to Wiseman. Kicks it to Murphy. Off the mark, and the drought continues. Murphy's gone 2 for 5 tonight. Hardaway passes to Siakam. Markkanen pulls it in. Markkanen's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here is Russell. He's got 7. Down low. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Markkanen's got 4 points this quarter.
And I like that. Markkanen needs to play like a 7-footer because he's got the talent, but he also has a pretty strong frame when he wants to use it.
Toronto calls timeout.
Trying to snap them out of this little slump.
Well, they can't find the net right now, and all they need, I think, is just to get one to go and get back on track.
And some changes here for the Raptors. OG Anunoby's checked in for Thomas Bryant. And it's Kendrick Nunn in for Hardaway. Barnes passes to Siakam.
After a quiet first couple seasons in the league, Siakam really took off in year 3 when he helped the Raptors win their first NBA championship.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
This season, the percentage right around 72%, so not the kind of success he was hoping for.
Achua, he's checked in for Barnes. Seattle has gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. To the wing on the left, Russell passes to Wiseman. Got it for his 4th field goal of the game on just 5 shots.
And just wait until Wiseman has time to develop his moves, which are still somewhat raw at this stage.
Nunn against Russell. Siakam left side. Over Wiseman. And that one comes up a bit short.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 9 points in the game so far.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
To the inside. And then Wiseman slams it in.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
Always a good sign of maturity and steps forward when you can take this kind of effort, focus, and concentration on the road to get a win.
The dunk by Achua.
And the all-around game of Siakam, so adept at working the ball to open guys.
Now Siakam with the assist.
Outside Russell. Wiseman with the ball. Siakam's there. Wiseman finds Russell. Back to Wiseman. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. Wiseman's got 6 points in the quarter.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Siakam outside. And Wiseman sends it back. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Russell.
Raptors ball.
And Toronto making a change. Trent's checked in.
New York Raptors. Gary Trent Jr.
And 1:01 left in the first half of the game. Dort kicks to Trent. No good from outside.
He really suffocated him there, guys. Just excellent work.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander, defended by Trent. Wiseman with the ball. 12 points for him. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Trains the three-pointer. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 12.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Anunoby, no good. Seattle has gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
Capable of running the offense, and now a new one for Gilgeous-Alexander.
And here's Trent. Passes it to Anunoby. They need this, and he nails the jumper.
Hard to leave any NBA player that wide open from that distance.
And so it's Seattle, leading by a full 31 points at the end of the quarter. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much. Here with Nick Nurse. Coach, the efficiency wasn't there in the first half. What adjustments do you need to make?
I thought we got pretty good shots, and if we're not going to score, it makes getting our defense set up difficult. So we got to keep shooting them. Hopefully start making some of them.
Well, you can't score until you shoot, Coach. Thanks. Back to you.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and the Jet, Kenny Smith. Let's get to it. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander led the way in the first half. He had 12 points and 4 assists. How about you, Kenny? What did you think about the visiting team?
The work they put in on the glass has been the difference maker. Truly an all-hands-on-deck attack. Give them credit for being the more aggressive team. Rebounding is one of the stats that sometimes gets overlooked. Not tonight.
Shaq, let's get your insight on Toronto.
I know it's not the case, but it seemed like they were lacking on the offensive game plan. Maybe some guys were improvising when they should have been making the next pass, but hey, not looking good out there.
And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin with Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll catch you on the flip side,
my brother.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. You know, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been exceptional here tonight, guys.
It's something that isn't his strength, but he's done a great job of finding the open man.
Well, if we were grading playmaking today, it's an A+ from him.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Inside for him, it's Barnes and Siakam. Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Kendrick Nunn. And it's Dort in at the 3 spot. That's Nick Nurse's 5 as we get into the second half. Gilgeous-Alexander.
Gilgeous-Alexander learning this offensive system and learning it well.
Nunn passes to Dort. Back to Nunn. Outside Hardaway. Feeds to Barnes. And it's off the back rim. No good.
Well, that's a shot they want just about on every possession if they can get it. He doesn't make them all, but still very much a high percentage look.
And the shot is good. Barnes has got 8 points.
And a reason Siakam was named the NBA's most improved player back in 2019. Defense. I mean, great at anticipation on that steal.
Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. The Raptors shooting 34% from the field. That's not going to get it done. And it's blocked. And he's able to get it back. And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession. An outstanding defensive play to earn the Mobile One block.
And a block like that sends a message. One that says we're not giving up this lead.
Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. The three.
Yeah, they're going to try to search out for somebody that's got a hot hand right now. 1 of 4 to start the half.
The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
For Seattle, they have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. And it's Barnes with the ball for Toronto. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. And it's out of bounds. The Raptors able to retain possession here. Outside, Dort. 6 on the shot clock. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Here's Barnes.
Well, his poor shooting is a big reason that they're staring at this deficit right now. He needs to get on track if they're going to find a way to win.
Inside, here's Brady, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Now here's Barnes. 8 points for him. Count that bucket. Barnes has got 4 points in the quarter.
2 teammates connecting right there. Slick feed.
And there's the pass to Brady. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his 4th miss. He's made 5 of 9. The Raptors have gone 2 of 7 from the field in the third. That leaves room for improvement, sir. Now, here's Nunn. 9 points in the game so far. Siakam inside the 3-point line. Gilgeous-Alexander pulls it in.
And another miss. Oof. He's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. He kicks to Murphy. Pass to Brady. Count it. And he's now 8 of 9 from the floor.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
Now, here's Nunn. Here's Barnes. And it's Russell with the rebound. For Seattle, they've gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. Here's Wiseman. Good, and the assist goes to Russell.
Assisted.
Russell's got assist number 7 for him tonight.
Oh, fantastic job by Wiseman to just stick with it, not let the contact disrupt him. Totally focused on the rim.
Siakam, good. Siakam's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
And that's not nearly the kind of defense that's going to prevent a player of his ability from scoring.
Siakam against Russell. Murphy passes to Wiseman. Nunn grabs the board. The Raptors shooting pretty terrible here in the third quarter at around 30%. Dort against Murphy. Hardaway from outside. Nailed from 3-point land. Hardaway has got himself on the board with 3 there. Now Russell. 7 points in the game. To the paint. Toronto grabs the miss. Barnes has got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Dort, and Wiseman sends it back. Barnes kicks to Hardaway. To the middle, Siakam passes to Dort. To the inside. Now here's Hardaway. Off target from outside. Russell against Dort. Wiseman. And finished off by Wiseman.
And how about the night from Wiseman? There's no stopping this fella once he gets rolling. Good luck slowing him down.
Now, here's Siakam. 5 points in the game.
My goodness, he is such a great dunker.
Greg, a high riser, no doubt about it. Seattle has gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. Kendrick Nunn, the undrafted guard, he made a big splash, Brent, as soon as he entered the NBA.
Yeah, and really trying to find a way to not just score the basketball to make the impact. It's playing out a pick and roll, trying to make the right decision. But he absolutely can go out there and get you a bucket.
Russell, no luck.
Well, maybe not the best shot against that kind of defense, but he still has the ability to knock that kind of shot down.
Now, here's Siakam. He's guarded closely. Dort kicks to Nunn. Hardaway passes to Nunn. From deep three-point range, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
The ball goes to the away team.
Bryant is checked in for Toronto. For Seattle, they've gone a solid 6 of 11 when shooting here in the third quarter. Mann passes to Richardson. Pass to Shaw. Now Murphy. Down low. Here's Mann. The shot, no good. Great D that time from Hardaway. From 7. Good work defensively by Richardson.
And the D does just enough to throw off his rhythm on that shot.
Pass to Mann. Richardson the bounce pass. Here is Shaw. Defended by Nunn.
Toronto foul. Kendrick Nunn.
And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Seattle.
Fantastic passing. We saw it in the first half, and it's carried over here in the second.
And they've done a good job being patient and working hard to get the ball into the post. It's resulted in a lot of points down low.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Achua, he's checked in for Barnes. OG Anunoby comes in for Kendrick Nunn. And Trent subbed in for Tim Hardaway Jr. A dunk by Achua.
Oh, such a beautiful pass to set that one.
Yeah, the pass might have been pretty, but the finish was angry. For 3, Richardson. That shot, no good. And it's the Raptors taking it the other way. It's off to Charlotte for him after this game as they take on the Hornets. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip. Hughes against Anunoby. Here's Bryant, and he uses the glass on the layup. Bryant's got 7. Seattle has gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Mann passes to Grant. Here is Shaw, defended by Bryant, and the dunk by Grant.
Now, Grant, one of those big guys that gets up off the ground like a guard. Love to see him throw it down.
Now, here's Trent. Richardson cover. Trent kicks to Dort. Clock at 6. The pass to Achua. Drops in the layup for 2. Achua's got 4 this quarter.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Pass to Hughes. Grant with the ball. Pass to Hughes. Back to Grant. And the dunk by Grant.
Grant can move out there as a big. Firm screen and great cut.
Dort passes to Bryant. Anunoby against Hughes. Fires from deep. And it's Seattle with the rebound. Shaw's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Mann, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Richardson outside. Passes it to Hughes. Richardson up top, defended by Bryant. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. And Toronto making a change.
Coming onto the floor for your Raptors.
Sheldon with it. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. No good with the layup. For Seattle, they've gone better than 53% from the floor since halftime, shooting 8 of 15. It's Richardson on the wing. Inside.
2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. 2 minutes.
And here is Hughes. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Richardson, no luck. Toronto's gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. Good on the bucket.
And that's what you like to see right there. A solid move to give himself some room and take it inside.
Here's Mann. 1:29 left here in the third quarter. He dishes it to Grant. Richardson kicks to Grant. Shot clock at 5. Here's Shaw. With the clock winding down.
My goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Ugh, nasty. This building is stunned. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there. Now the pass to Trent. Back to Sheldon. And it's blocked. And it's out of bounds. The Raptors able to retain possession here. There's 53 seconds left in the third. Just 3 to shoot. Here's Anunoby. And it's out of bounds. The Raptors able to retain possession here. There's 45 seconds left to play in the third. Pass to Trent. Clock at 4. And finally they hit one. Trent's got 6.
And they've worked the ball around so well tonight for those quality looks from mid-range.
Richardson dishes to Grant. Pass to Mann. Passes to Hughes. Some nice ball movement here by Seattle. Here's Grant. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Grant's got 6 here in this quarter.
Not a lot of panic that time from Jeremy Grant, even when he was under a bit of duress. Bails him out on that possession.
Out of bounds. Seattle will take possession.
Coming on the floor for the away team, Lauri Markkanen.
Here's Mann. That will count. And that one released in time, but no good. And so it's Seattle, up by 33 points as the buzzer sounds. A huge lead for them. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. Back right after this. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, is peripheral vision.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. On the court for Seattle, Richardson is out there with Wright. Then there's Markkanen. Then there's Shaw. And it's Hughes in at the small forward.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, why settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that?
Right, the pass to Shaw. Richardson outside. The pass to Hughes. Clock is at 3. For the 3. The rebound by Johnson. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for Toronto. Here's Trent. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Greg, you've got the unique opportunity right now to watch your son Cole follow in your footsteps. What has changed for players now versus when you played?
Well, I think the players today are so much smarter, and they prepare to be pros at such an earlier age. And honestly, I think that's one of the advantages our league has. You know, you don't have to teach these guys responsibility. You may have to teach them the game, but they are ready, willing, and able to work to achieve their goals.
Here's Johnson after the made shot from Lauri Markkanen. Ajua, no good.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
Hughes kicks to Richardson. Right outside. Tries it from the top of the key. It's hauled in by Ajua. The Raptors shooting around 36%. They're just not able to finish consistently. Trent finds Johnson. Johnson draws the double. Outside, Sheldon. It's blocked.
Man, I saw that block coming from a mile away. Winslow really times that rejection perfectly.
Markkanen passes to Winslow. And the dunk by Winslow.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And Brett, you played for the Spurs, who pioneered player rest. More and more teams have followed that suit over the seasons, calling it load management, even risking fines. Any concern with the way things are done?
Well, I understand the fans' complaint. You know, to think about being a 10-year-old boy or girl and LeBron James is coming to your city and it's a load management day and he's not playing. And so the league understands it. It understands it from its broadcast partners and the way that they want the star players to be involved in every game that they play. And they've tried to adjust the schedule, moved it around a little bit, doing away with back-to-backs. I think it'll be a constant battle. But the organizations are investing in these players, and health is their #1 issue. They want them to play as many games and for as long as they can at an elite level. So we'll see how it goes in the next couple of years.
Now here's Wright. Rebound by the Raptors. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. He takes it in. They get it again. After Sheldon. Misses the layup.
I've not seen him shoot this poorly, guys, in a game this season.
Richardson the pass to Markkanen. Right outside. Some nice ball movement here by Seattle. Richardson outside. Over Birch. Richardson, no luck.
Well, there's more he could have done in this game for sure, but it hasn't kept them from pulling ahead.
Pass to Monk. And back in the day, Greg, Allen Iverson got criticized for devaluing practice. Now we've got healthy players sitting out of games. Has load management gone too far, you think?
Not a practice, but a game. We got guys missing games, Kevin. There's no doubt about it. But honestly, I'm really all for load management in this regard. If I owned a team and I had to invest $200 million in a player, I want to do everything I can to prolong my investment. And the reality is we've got our stars playing at unprecedented lifts at higher levels later in their careers. So I'm all for doing what we can to prolong the careers of our very best players.
Here's Winslow. The Raptors getting the bucket. To the middle. off with the layup. The Raptors have gone just 2 of 8 in this fourth quarter. The final quarter not treating them well so far. Here's Sheldon. Softly drops in the floater.
When a player gets a feel for that floater, it can really make things tough on defenders. You're just not sure how to guard them and where your point of commitment is.
Now here's Markkanen. To the inside and stolen by Achua. Pass to Sheldon. Passes it to Achua. Markkanen pulls it in. Markkanen's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Wright looking around. The pass to Hughes. Down low. Here's Markkanen. Toronto grabs the miss. Now here's Monk. Outside Sheldon. Now Monk. And there's the drive. And then Monk with the dunk.
And Monk doesn't fool around when he's driving. He's got room to go up for the finish there. And he just lifts off with power.
Now here's Winslow. Markkanen finds Winslow. And there's the call by the official. He'll count the basket here following the goaltending call. Greg, playing most of your career in the 90s, the game has really changed. Less physical, more skilled. But what role has the league played in all of that change?
Well, the NBA is at the forefront of these changes. The competition committee that they have that meets annually to discuss ways to try to improve the game. Listen, they're not going to always knock it out of the park, but you have to keep thinking forward. And I applaud the league for their attempts to try to improve this game and grow it.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Markkanen. That shot is off. And Toronto will go the other way with it. The 3 from Barnes. And Winslow pulls it down.
Oof, rough shooting night tonight, but you can't fault him for the effort.
Right, the pass to Winslow. Misses from short range. Raptors shooting a paltry 33% in the fourth. Not a good showing for this offense. And it's Barnes snapping it down.
And how about Monk there scanning the floor for the open teammate? That's how you develop a trust from your teammates.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. And Greg, you faced some exceptional point guards during your time in the league. But who was the toughest matchup for you when you played?
Oh, man. You know, John Stockton was always one of the most difficult, but in a weird way, not because I worried about him scoring on me. It was because I had to defend his ability to make people better. And that was always a challenge. And don't forget about the great Penny Hardaway. I mean, at 6'8", that was a nightmare to deal with. And my personal all-time favorite, Isaiah Thomas, who was as good as anybody's ever been at that lead guard position.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Tim Hardaway making his last shot. Johnson against Gilgeous-Alexander. Can't get it to go. His 5th miss and 10 shots from the floor. Back to Barnes. Bucket is good. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for Seattle. Kicks it to Winslow. Outside, Markkanen. His 3-pointers off the mark.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
Now here's Barnes. Back to Monk. Got a hand on it.
And blocking shots mostly about will and desire. Markkanen showing he has it on that one.
Right outside. On the wing, Hughes. Hardaway with the steal. On the wing, Barnes. uses the glass to finish the layup. Barnes has got 6 in the quarter.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Seattle calls timeout. The dynamic, Greg, between players and officials is always interesting. There's some players saying they think there's a lot of room for improvement. What do you think?
Well, we do see players getting teed up for simply making their case, and really the guys just want to play. So, yeah, you love to see a little bit more harmony out on the floor, and maybe we need to get those two groups together in the offseason to break bread and try to smooth over that relationship.
And it's Seattle with the ball. Russell with it. Some nice ball movement here by Seattle. Can they get it? And Gilgeous-Alexander with the layup.
Gilgeous-Alexander becoming more and more comfortable where he can score on the floor.
Outside Hardaway. Outside, Dort. Pass to Barnes. Outside Hardaway. Shot clock at 6. From outside, off the mark. Seattle has gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Passes it to Gilgeous-Alexander. Dishes to Wiseman. The pass to Brady. Outside, Russell.
I don't think there's any question about the talent level that D'Angelo Russell has. Now it's about planting his seeds so that the roots grow with an organization.
At the line for the away team, D'Angelo Russell. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. And so Russell hits them both. And with so many entertainment options these days, Brent, the NBA not shy innovating to attract and retain viewers. Where do you sit with that? Keep it the same or be creative?
Well, I think the league does a great job of being creative, and I think that Adam Silver does a really good job of not just being a leader, but being a listener. And there's tremendous participation between the Players Association and the commissioner and the ownership group to continue to press the way that the game is played, try to innovate in the way that the game is broadcast, and it'll continue to do those sort of things to draw in the fans that love this game and are invited to that kind of competition.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Seattle.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And reaching an impressive milestone on the year, this will be win number 60. And guys, they have played so well this season, I think pretty much any given night they've come in with that swagger and attitude, and they've really backed it up.
No doubt they came in very motivated to win this one and finish the season series at a game apiece. A good win, and a lot went into it, but I just like the showing.
For James Wiseman.
Well, a consistent intensity is what he brought to the floor here. He hit the glass hard, and he came up with a ton of rebounds.
Barnes hits them both. And they can just dribble the ball until the buzzer.
Yeah, they got to be happy with the outcome.
And here's Russell. So no problem for Seattle as they get the win. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And that'll do it, folks. For Brett Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew. See you later.
code. Touchdown in your city like I'm Tim Tebow. Might run up in your spot like my name Debo. When I'm in the club, I'm in VIP mode. We don't need no tent, we just keep the seats low. Earned what we got, we ain't need no cheat code. And we always show love in the